From Hollywood, California, the Lux Radio Theater presents Leslie Howard and Olivia De Havilland in The Scarlet Pimpernel.
Lux presents Hollywood, the Robin Hood of the Reign of Terror. That was the Scarlet Pimpernel, whose daring defiance, whose colorful romance we bring you tonight with Leslie Howard and Olivia De Havilland. Madame Hilda Grenier, formerly royal dresser to Queen Mary of England, is our special guest, while our music is conducted by Louis Silvers. Before our producer takes over the program, let me remind you that Lux helps you get longer wear out of your stockings. It helps them stay nice and elastic, so they give under strain instead of popping runs. Yes, Lux cuts way down on runs. So give your stockings regular Lux care. Buy Lux Flakes in the large size box for greater economy. Our producer takes over the program. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cecil B. DeMille. Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. They call it the poor man's weather glass, this little crimson flower that lends a splash of color to English waysides and closes up its petals in warning whenever there's a storm approaching. They also call it the Scarlet Pimpernel. And by the mark of this flower only, the mysterious hero of our play, Sir Percy Blakeney, signed his daring exploits. As a play, the Scarlet Pimpernel was performed over 5,000 times, and it's perhaps the most popular screen characterization of the celebrated star who reenacts the title role for Lux listeners tonight, Mr. Leslie Howard. All the acclaim the stage and screen can bring a star has been won by Mr. Howard. He may continue his career as an actor, but should his present plans materialize, he'll also join the ranks of film producers, which I hope he does. Olivia De Havilland, who's been away from our stage too long, is the brown-haired, brown-eyed heroine of Warner Brothers' new production, Dodge City, in which she plays opposite Errol Flynn. She's co-starred tonight as Marguerite, and Dennis Green plays Chauvelin. As producer of the Lux Radio Theater, I want to take a moment before raising our curtain to thank all of you for your support. Thousands of you have written, telling us that you show your appreciation by regularly purchasing our product. With this kind of cooperation, ladies and gentlemen, you can depend upon hearing Hollywood's brightest stars on our program every Monday night. And now for the play. The Lux Radio Theater presents Leslie Howard and Olivia De Havilland in The Scarlet Pimpernel. Paris, in the year 1793. The French Revolution is over, but the reign of terror casts its gruesome shadow across the city. Every day, the citizens of Paris watch an endless procession of death. Crude wooden carts, laden with the nobles of France, on their last journey through the streets, a journey to the guillotine. Into this maelstrom comes one man to stem the rising tide of French blood, an Englishman, known only as the Scarlet Pimpernel, the object of every nobleman's prayer and every revolutionist's curse. He works silently, mysteriously, and successfully. In his native England, they speak of him with bated breath.
Scarlet Pimpernel. He's the only hope the French nobles have.
The Scarlet Pimpernel? Does anyone know who he is?
No, madam, but I must confess I feel quite proud when I remember that he is an English...
They say he's always in disguise.
Oh, he's an actor, that man. He speaks French like a Frenchman, they say. And I've heard he can assume 100 disguises in an hour's time. An old hag, a peddler, a captain of the guard. You never know in what dress the Scarlet Pimpernel will strike.
And now the Scarlet Pimpernel is about to strike again. Into a barber's shop in Paris comes an old man in the black robes of a priest. The French barber greets him jovially.
Good morning, Father. You wish to be shaved this morning?
Yes, if you please, Barber.
Sit down. Have you come from the square, Father? The guillotine is busy again today, eh?
I don't know. I didn't stop.
No? Well, it is always the same. The drums roll, the knife falls, and another aristocrat parts company with his head.
Yes, very monotonous.
And so clumsy. That great, ugly machine. When all they need is a sharp razor like this, a quick grip, and flick.
Oh, please, don't flick quite so close to my throat. I only want to shave.
You You are all right, Father. But I wish they'd give me a few aristocrats to shave. Can you not see me dealing with the Scarlet Pimpernel?
The what?
The Scarlet Pimpernel, haven't you heard?
No.
There is a band of Englishmen helping these cursed aristocrats out of the country. Their chief is the only man who ever cheated Madame Guilty. He is known by the title of the Scarlet Pimpernel.
And who is he?
Ah, that is the mystery.
The mystery, of course, yes.
But there will be heads falling today in spite of him. Some very famous heads, Father.
Yes?
We checked off the names last night. The Duc de Tours, the Comte de Terray, the Nijon, the Comte de Tournay and his wife and daughter.
The Tournay? Are you sure, the Tournay?
But certainly I am sure. They were taken to prison over a month ago. Why, Father? You are not a friend of theirs?
A friend? No, no, no. No, it isn't safe to know any nobles these days.
Hmm? Oh, good, very good.
You wish to see the former Comte de Tournay, is that so, Father?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Very well, Father. They haven't long now. You'll find the former Comte de Tournay in that room over there.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Are you the Comte de Tournay?
Yes. I suppose you have come to offer me the last rites, Father.
In a manner of speaking. If you will just look at this passage I have marked in the book, your spirits will be uplifted.
I am not afraid to die, Father.
Even so, it is sometimes better to live, my son.
To live? What do you...
Read there, in the book.
But there is nothing on the page except a red mark.
Look carefully.
It is a flower. A Scarlet Pimpernel. Father, are you the Scarlet Pimpernel?
Be careful, it will do you no good to know. Just listen to me. Before you start on your journey to the guillotine, they will bring your wife and daughter to you. You will ride in the same tumbril. On the way, there will be an accident. The wheel of the tumbril will come off. There will be a commotion. The soldiers guarding the cart will be jostled by the crowd, all carefully arranged for. Look sharp, then. An old hag will drive past in a wagon. There will be a place to hide in the back large enough for 3 people. The old hag will drive you through the city gates. If all goes well, you'll be safe in England in 3 days.
God bless you. Whoever you are, God bless you.
Well, what is it? Good evening. Have you a crust of bread for an old lady?
No, I'm sorry. Here, take these.
Thank you, monsieur. Thank you.
Good night.
Oh, wait. Isn't this the home of Monsieur Armand Saint-Just?
Yes, I am Armand Saint-Just. What do you want?
I want to come in, Armand.
Percy! Quickly! Good Lord, Percy.
How are you, Armand?
I'm afraid I will always be startled at these disguises of yours. Last time I saw you, you were a priest.
Now I'm an old hag. Here, help me out of these clothes. I feel silly.
Did you get to the Tournays out of the city?
I got the girl and the countess. What happened to de Tournay? He wasn't in the tumbril.
I know. He was remanded the last minute.
Why?
Because Robespierre wants to see him. And Robespierre wants to see him because the ambassador of the French Republic has come over from London.
Chauvelin? Here in Paris?
Yes. All in your honor, Percy. Your work is becoming even more dangerous than it was.
Our work, Armand. Well, let's hope Chauvelin will go back to England, knowing less than ever. I'll be going back myself for a few days. Then we must lay our plans to free de Tournay.
Percy, aren't you risking too much? Why do you persist in this mad sport?
Why do you?
Why? Because I'm a Frenchman. This is my country. You are English. You are Sir Percy Blakeney, an English baronet with a lovely home and a charming wife.
Even if she is your sister.
My sister or not, I'd still say. Marguerite is charming. Or perhaps you don't think so any longer.
Why do you say that? Has she said anything to you?
She hinted at it in her last letter. She said you changed, Percy.
Did she? Well, I have changed. I'm rarely at home now, and when I am, I play the fop. I'm insipid, vain, silly. I think only of the latest fashions in clothes, the latest court gossip. But all for good reason, Armand. The greater fool I am in England, the safer I'll be in France.
But you could tell Marguerite.
No.
Just so she would understand.
I said no, and don't you tell her. Armand, you asked me why I live over here in the shadow of the guillotine while heads fall one after another. I can save only a few, I know that. The rest have to die. People I know and love. Innocent people, kindly people. Herded together like sheep and butchered like cattle.
But what has it to do with you?
Armand, do you remember the case of the Saint-Cyr family?
I think so. You were one of the first families to go to the guillotine.
Yes, because they were betrayed, Armand. Before their execution, they told me who it was who had betrayed them. It was Marguerite.
My sister.
My wife.
It was a lie.
I wish I could believe that, but I can't. I watched that execution, Armand. The Marquis, his wife, his son. And it was my wife who put them there.
So that's why you stopped loving her. What a tragedy.
Stopped? I shall love her till I die. That's the tragedy.
And it's to make up for what she did to them that you are risking your own life, week after week, to rescue the others.
Oh, don't be so heroic, Armand. I got a smack in the eye and took refuge in sport. And what a sport. By gad, I think I shall give up fox hunting this winter.
Percy, don't joke about it.
I have to. It's the only thing that can save me. Well, I'm off for England in the morning, Armand. My love to Monsieur Chauvelin, if you should see him.
Gad, Percy, but it's good to have you at home again.
So far, so good, Fuchs. I've still got my head.
You should hear them talk about you in London. You're the greatest mystery of the age.
Yes, well, I hope no one solves me just yet. But tell me about Marguerite. Has she been well?
As well as a neglected wife can be.
What has she been doing?
Having her portrait painted, mostly. Rumney's been there every day.
And our friend, Monsieur Chauvelin?
French ambassador. What will he be doing at your house?
Oh, one never knows, Fuchs. One never knows. Well, England again. I shall have to become the fop once more. The London dandy, who has been at Bath for the past 10 days taking the cure. And sink me, I'm not cured yet. I shall have to go back to Bath again.
Lady Blakeney. Lady Blakeney, please. I can't paint you unless you sit quite still.
I'm sorry, Mr. Romney, but we were just talking of this man they call the Scarlet Pimpernel.
Oh.
He must be quite wonderful, Marguerite. So they say. But it's maddening to think that somewhere there is a man as marvelous as that, and we never see him. He's of no use to us whatever.
Lady Blakeney.
Yes, Sprinkler.
Sir Percy, milady. He's just returned.
Percy.
Good day, ladies. So charmed to see you here. Have you been taking good care of my lovely wife, your servant, ladies? Marguerite, my dear, your slave.
Percy, why didn't you tell me you were coming?
So few things are surprising in this world, my dear. I should like to be one of them. And how are you, Romney? And how is the portrait progressing?
You may see for yourself, Sir Percy.
Yes, the eyes are wrong, aren't they? And is the nose all right? You know, I rather think you've missed the mouth altogether. Yes, you have, Romney. Otherwise, of course, it's the image of her.
I think that will be enough for today.
Poor Mr. Romney. You're tired, and so am I.
Tired. Zoons, I too. You know, dear ladies, I've just been to Bath to be cured of the fatigue. And now I'm so fatigued by the cure that I really think I shall have to go back to Bath again to be cured of the fatigue.
Marguerite, my dear, we must be going.
Yes,
goodbye,
goodbye,
my dear.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Your servant, ladies, your servant.
Well, Percy, what do you think of my portrait?
It's clever. But there's something lacking.
What?
I don't know. There's a look in the eyes. He's lost it.
Perhaps I've lost it. Perhaps it was happiness.
Good gad, my dear, how you could be unhappy, I can't imagine.
Can't you? Percy, can't you?
No, cursed if I can. Why, you're the most courted woman in town.
By whom?
By everybody.